Was ist das?
Hello and welcome to vlog number 13. We've been saying it for a long time and finally we rented a digger and we dug out the entire foundation of the house. There were some surprises that we weren't expecting, but as you can see from the piles behind me, we did manage in the end. Okay, getting the house ready. The first job was taking away kind of our entrance. Trash. We're gonna move the main entrance to another location anyway, so we didn't have any qualms about taking this down. I've reserved these kind of like glass panels for a future greenhouse or something. Anyway, this turned out to be one of those random jobs that you know you need to do, but ends up taking way more time than expected. Yeah, it turns out the granite stone stairs are super solid, and it took us quite a while to break them down enough to take them apart. So we managed to get that well taken apart. The digger will do the rest, the big granite steps, etc., and also some of the larger rocks, I think. I'm just going to do a little walk around the house and see what it looks like before we start digging. So here, all of the cobblestone is going to have to get removed before we can dig. This large steel beam is going to have to get moved into the house, also with help of the digger. And yeah, here it looks pretty good. We're thinking the ditch is going to be kind of 60 to 70 centimeters wide, and we're hoping that the walls will be stable enough to hold. Under this grass back here are all these kind of little concrete tiles, and those are also going to have to get lifted up so that we can dig around here without doing any damage. Lots of odd jobs to do. So we've actually rented a relatively big digger because we've got these concrete, blocks set in here. This one is for the drainage system that's currently built in, and this is sewage. And they seem pretty solid, so we're expecting that could be a challenge to get those removed. They are all going to get ripped out and all the plumbing is going to be redone. Here's our creative eaves trough system into the bathtub and out the drain. There you have it. By the time we are done, this is going to be nothing but a great big ditch and piles of dirt. Okay, I'm gonna dub over myself, so this might be weird. Anyway, it's pouring rain and I'm going to take these concrete tiles off of our terrace. It looks like it's all been grown over, but underneath are all of these plates, and we don't want to destroy them with the digger, and so here we go. Rain jacket is on, gumboots are on, and time to get to work. Actually, prying them up works pretty well. Baby one, should we go see the digger, the tractor? Huh? Yeah, I see it already. Should we look? So the first order of business was to get the big granite steps out of the way and some of the larger rocks. Worked really well, easy peasy. Yeah, let's go say hello to Dominic's little passenger. Hello, Noah. job was to get this big steel beam into the house. We have carried it before with 3 of us, but it's pretty heavy. Anyway, Dominic was great. He was able to load it right through the window. Dominic started pretty carefully, but it actually went really well right from the first shovel. Anyway, here we have some, large rocks, old pieces of piping, but no weird surprises. And then suddenly we did find our first surprise. Rubble, pieces of old foundation, some small retainer walls, and the heating pipes that ran from our house to the villa.
Look, can you see this other wall in here? What do you think that is?
Here, Lenny actually filmed from inside our basement. This is the hole where the heating pipes exited the house. Slightly different point of view.
Das wackelt! Ja, jetzt wird's.
So here's the hole in the basement where the pipes went out. This is from the former coal storage room. Now everything's free. We can peek out and see the sun through our ditch. And here's actually the same moment that Lenny filmed, but from outside.
Das war gut.
It turns out the foundation is on granite stone, and we had no chance to get through with the digger. The last 40 centimeters will have to be done by hand. It's going to be a lot of work.
Ja.
Our littlest construction worker has come to inspect the progress. Nick worked at least another hour, until it was dark, but all in all, day 1 went quite well. If you've watched our earlier videos, you know how much work it was to get these old, massive water boilers out of the basement, and now day 2 started with moving them to another location for the 3rd time. Although I have to say, it's a lot easier with the digger. So Emily got one last crawl in the grass before it turned to dirt. I'm kidding, she's in good care with Oma. Did have to clear this all away. There needs to be 2 ditches, one for the sewage line and one for the drainage water.
also.
We knew that these cement blocks would be challenging, but we did not expect them to be so solid that the digger couldn't even move them. We couldn't get the first block to budge, but luckily we were able to get the second one off of the wall. But it was about all the digger could handle to lift it. Then Dominique and Christoph moved on to digging the foundation on the other house side, and I spent well over an hour with the jackhammer just picking away at the first one. Who knows what they'll think in a few generations if they ever open it up again and find this. So the next job was digging the ditch for the sewage pipe. We were able to follow the old one, so we didn't have too much trouble with the rocky ground, but we did have to watch out for this retainer wall on the way. Further away from the house, Lenny got to operate the digger a bit too. So when the men and the boy had had their turn, I got to operate the digger a bit too, but on the other side of our property, making some of the ditches and holes that we'll need for our future plant, like wetland sewage treatment system.
Thanks for watching. Since we have a lot of stone in the bottom of our ditch, I think the next few episodes, or at least the next one episode, is going to be us shoveling. Anyway,